my name is Adam Partridge. I'm an instructor here at Dubspot. I also produce under the name of Atropolis. So far we've been exploring my live set. The first part explored the demonstration of my live set. The second part explored the tools that I'm using in terms of equipment. This is part 3, and we're going to explore some of the instrument racks and audio effect racks that I built to perform and manipulate my sound live. The first thing I have is an instrument rack. In terms of setting limitations to the endless possibilities out there, I want to make one channel dedicated where I can manipulate and access several different sounds. With the macro control of my DS1, I'm able to scroll through 4 different synths that I built. In this channel, I have 2 instrument racks. I have one instrument rack that contains 4 synthesizers and another instrument rack that contains 2 synthesizers. We're going to explore the first instrument rack. This is the macro control that I'm using that scrolls through my chain selector. On the 0 chain, I have a part of a synth that I'm going to use in one of my tracks in my live performance. Moving over here, I have a chopped up vocal that I would use in that remix that was presented in my live set. This third synth is an operator, and I'm just manipulating a couple parameters of my operator. I built a MIDI effect rack that's allowing me to change octaves quickly. Because of the limitations of these 2 MIDI keyboards, I want to be able to jump up 4 octaves and jump down 8 octaves. This macro knob, which is routed to a MIDI effect rack that is just using the pitch device. I also have the option to turn on an LFO and control the filter. So right over here I have a macro that's allowing me to blend from these 2 synths. And now I have 2 macros dedicated to MIDI effect racks. One is going to allow me to stack, change the pitch, and now I can stack some octaves on that. I want to demonstrate these macros in a live sense to show you how I can manipulate my sounds that I've recorded with ease. Okay, so that's my synth right there. Let's take away that rhythm for a minute and focus on the sound. I have these macros that are going to allow me to pitch shift octaves, so I can move it up an octave. I can move it down where it was. If I want to go even lower, I can do that as well. If I want to add octaves within the initial notes that are there, I have a macro map to a MIDI effect rack that access different chord devices. So now we're going to hear an octave above and below, thickening the sound. Okay. On top of that, I have this other macro that's going to blend another synth that's in here. We don't hear it right now. So I can blend these 2 different types of synths. I also have the mixer to each of those chains. So that's one synth. I have this button right here that's now going to switch over to 2 operators where I can have a lot of fun. And these macros right over here are dedicated to manipulating what's going on here. And I'm working with some looped envelopes that give me this nice rhythm that can switch up. I can also change kind of the pitch within that, the looped envelope attack. I have 2 voices in here, this higher voice. And I can also switch this synth right over here. Octaves. So that's my last synth, and it just gives me so many options. So when I record my parts, I can have some fun with them and develop them, subtract them, add to them, and really just have that sound grow naturally. Everything's right here. You know, it's once you get into whatever controller you use and program everything, it just opens up this whole other layer of expression that's really comfortable. I want to demonstrate the delay return that I have and show you how I can move around these delays with ease. So I'm going to lay down a vocal part with one of those synths I just demonstrated, and then I'm going to show you how I can work with my delays. So I'm going to take her voice and run it through one of my delays. Right here is my filter. Let's open this up, excuse me. So I have a filter at the end of this where I can wash out everything. Multiple macro mappings where once I get all the way up here, it will kill my delay. So let's just check out the first aspect of my delay. I have the volume of my delay, and I have this knob, as you can see, which is turning the speakers on and off. So let's send her to the delay, and I'm going to take her out. I got a quarter note, 8, 16, a half, and 1 bar. I also have this other knob which is going to go to like a pan delayed, where you're going to hear it be more spread out. This macro is the feedback. I'm using a filter delay on each of these because the filter delay is the only delay that's going to give you 100% feedback, which I really need if I want those kind of infinite delays. But if I want to gradually kind of fade it out, I'll cut down my global delay, and maybe I'll slowly filter everything out until it gets cut. I also have the option, if I want, I can send my delay to a return of B, which is a reverb, where I get this really big washed out sound. So this is now my return of B, which is just a big reverb. I have that reverb routed to a gate, which is also routed to my drums. So you're going to start hearing the gated reverb. You can hear that drum is going to be controlling the articulation of that reverb because it's gating it and it's routed to. So I have the option to turn that off, put it on. I have a filter. And overall, those are the two main returns that I'm using. Return A is definitely way more complicated. Audio effect racks is a topic that you're going to want to explore. Return B is way more simple. I'm just working with the volume, the decay time, a filter, and a switch that allows me to turn the gate on and off. This gate is routed to my percussion section, so if I want my reverb that's really large, like a 60-second decay time, if I want to add some rhythmic variation to that, I can just turn that gate on and get this really nice kind of relationship with my percussion section. Thanks for watching this 3-part tutorial. There's some very technical aspects that this tutorial did not explore, such as audio effect racks, instrument racks, MIDI effect racks, custom macro mappings. These are things that we offer in our courses that you can learn about. Visit our online content or check out our classes that we have available for Ableton Live in LA, New York, and online as well. My name is Adam Partridge. I'm an instructor here at Dubspot. I produce under the name of Atropolis. I'll see you guys next time.